Perspective Blog X Lakers-fandom. Before we get to the content, I would like to thank all my subscribers for your support. If you are not a subscriber, I invite you to support the channel, subscribe, and turn the notifications on. Thank you for your support. Welcome, Lakers fans. We're going to have discussion about all the changes to the Lakers, some of the drama around our neighbor, those that other LA team, and we are going to be ready to discuss that in a few minutes. All right, so I got the salary, which is one of the things. I got listed Kyle Kuzma with $8,905,445. We're gonna discuss this with AC from LA Sports Live. I'm waiting for the signal when he can contact us. So we're past the salary cap, and we are on 27 million on the luxury. So that means that if we want some of the free agents that are coming, we would have to do serious trades. But I think this team can work out good. There's always either the buyout market, trades, all kind of things that the Lakers could do to address that situation. And we're going to talk about Quinn Cook. We're going to talk about those two spaces, Jared Dudley and Quinn Cook. And everybody else, we're just waiting for they see from LA Sports Live. And we got Lou Dang for another 2 seasons, right? And so I want to discuss the if anybody can certify that the Lakers were in the eighth um, position as the top teams in the NBA, because that I think would be ridiculous. Um, you know, I don't know which teams were before that, but if the Athletic they did that, I don't know what to say. You know, so if there is someone from the Athletic that want to comment on that, um, I am up for the answer. Um, I don't think I want to think that that was not the case. It was somebody trolling them or something like that, because I refuse to think that they are capable of that insane uh, and so I think there's a lot of there was a lot of speculation of what the Lakers would do, because they had pretty much a clear salary cap for next season. But I think they can clear the cap basically by trading for picks or package trading, where they can send people somewhere else. They get one good player or one necessary player. Um, and so I don't think it's going to be there. There he is. All right. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Um, so I know you wanted to talk about, or that other team in LA, how how they are kind of
Uh,
eating each other up, and
yeah, I just thought, man, we like to joke about the Clippers. Uh, especially I do like to joke and cap on the
mhm,
Clippers, but I do expect them to be better. If they indeed play together, and Kawhi doesn't do that much low managing, and but I'm
uh-huh,
not gonna totally discount him. But after I heard Paul George's comment, and then maybe I guess about an hour ago, because I've been like in and out all weekend, but I guess apparently Doc responded to some of the stuff that Paul George said, and it
Mhm.
was pretty funny to me, man. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you see those comments that Doc made?
I haven't because I fell asleep this morning and I just I woke up
Yeah,
like an hour ago and I was preparing the stuff for the show. I
yeah.
noticed that Kyle Kuzma is a little bit over $8 million now.
He got
Mhm.
extension? No, did he
Uh,
get extension
uh,
already?
Apparently, I mean, I saw a list here of the salaries,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows, and there's one that it doesn't show any of that, but it doesn't show also the extension to Lebron. So this one does shows the 41, the estimated $41 million for LeBron, and then that one says estimated, but the one with Kyle Kuzma says 8,905,445. So I
Mm.
am assuming he got the extension, but I haven't, you know, I was looking for the news for that.
Sorry about that.
And don't worry, now it's
Yeah, yeah.
my wife. I'm doing the show.
I haven't heard. All right, I'm back. You there?
No. Yeah, oh, it's
Yeah. But if they end up getting them for that cheap, that'll be great. But we'll see. We'll end up see what happens. But I haven't heard anything about that. But since you brought up Kuzma, what do you think? What do you think they're gonna do now? Rob did mention something about Kyle Kuzma is up for an extension, and I believe they have to the 21st of this month to extend them now, or then I guess Kuzma will go into restricted free agency at the end of the season. So
so I don't know because
based
I know he was
on the
getting
fact that
I he was getting around a little bit over 3 million, and in this list
right,
of the salaries, it says it says $8 million for I guess for the next season. Yeah, because this is 2021, 2022.
that's interesting. Is Montrezl Harrell on there? Because that sounds like what he's making.
Yeah. Where's Montreal? Montreal is okay. Uh, yeah, he's doing now a little bit over 9 million, almost
Oh, okay.
actually 9,700,000 720, and then uh and the next year he's doing what, nine, see, yeah, the same amount, the
Hmm.
same amount.
Well, that's interesting. Maybe that's a forecast of the future, or maybe it was just a misprint.
Yeah. um
But
well,
if they were able to extend them at that amount, I think that's a great deal for the Lakers.
Yeah, yeah. So this salary is from 2021 and 2022. But what I wonder is, are the Lakers gonna have anything to get a free agent for uh, next summer? Because it looks like they are gonna be over this.
Yeah, they'll
You know,
they most definitely be over the cap. But one thing, um, one thing I'm not going to do is try to speak for Rob Pelinka as far as what he's going to do, because it seems like ever since he took over
Mhm.
everything, everybody kept saying, "Oh, he's not going to be able to do this. Or, he's not going to be able to free up a max spot for Kawhi. Just everything. He's not going to be
Well,
able to get the AD trade done." And
uh-huh.
he ended up doing it. So
Yeah,
with the extensions, yeah, it seems like it does. And with
and
LeBron and AD both getting max extensions, it seems like it's a little bit different. It's going to be difficult for them to bring in a third big time player. To me, the way it seems now, like I say, I don't know everything, but it seems like it would be much easier for them to trade for one rather than
yeah,
get one in
yeah,
free agency next year.
yeah, and they can do a number of things. They can trade some people for lottery picks. Um, they can trade for somebody who works better for them, so they can do all kinds of things. Um, so yeah, I'm not that worried.
Right.
The thing is, some news outlets are already saying that the Lakers doomed themselves by giving LeBron James that much money and all that kind of stuff. And I don't see it. I mean, they are going to be over the cap if they don't trade anybody. And this is the thing about this. Some of these salaries, I don't think they are going to translate to the well. I mean, this is saying, because I haven't heard if there's extensions for Caruso, for Taylor Horton Tucker, for Quinn Cook after this, for Jared Dudley after this, or Markieff Morris. I think those are until 2021. So
uh,
I haven't, like, this salary list is kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Um, but if Kuzma is getting over 8 million, that was a good deal for the Lakers. And now he's more tradable. Also, like, if he doesn't work
oh,
out,
definitely. And that, yeah, yeah. The Lakers. I mean, he's tradable, but that because his contract. The value is definitely there with this contract. Um, just like I was saying with Rob extending AD and LeBron, yeah, they kind of seem like it makes it more difficult. But just seeing how he operates,
yeah,
the last two off seasons, like you said, I'm not worried either. If there's a deal to be made, he'll make it. Like for example,
he'll make it. Yeah,
and we don't know what's going to happen with Kuzma, but for example, let's say if a certain player in Milwaukee decides and say, hey, I want to be traded to the West Coast. As it stands right now, if you add Dennis Schroeder and Montrezl Harrell's contracts together, they equal $27 million. That's the same
Yeah.
amount that Giannis makes. So, so in that respect,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
that lets you. I'm not sure. I'm not sure Milwaukee will go for that or whatever. But I'm just saying that shows you right there a deal could be made just via trade. It could easily be
Yeah.
made. So Rob has said he's setting up the Lakers pretty good long term, and like you were mentioning, the two guys who are going to be next for extensions, if the Lakers choose to do so, will be Kyle Kuzma, and then I believe Caruso's contract is up after this season. So the Lakers are going to have to make a decision on him. And either way it goes, man, we know we're not going to be able to keep all the guys, but either way it goes, Jeannie Buss is going to have to whoop out that checkbook, bro, because Lakers going to be in the luxury tax, and that's just the way it is. I hope she's ready.
And you know something about it makes it more difficult, but at the same time it makes it more attractive for players, because if you want to win a championship, LeBron and AD are going to be there, and if you don't care much about the money, you might even take a pay cut if you want to just win. So some players might be attracted to that, actually.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna tell you one thing, man. That I'm sorry.
I think you froze. All right.
Sorry, I'm gonna tell you one thing that I'm gonna.
StreamYard is.
You there, bro? Oh, it's tripping.
Now it's.
I can't see you. I see myself, but I can't see you.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't see you for a while. This can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear
All right.
you, but
you can't.
But
you can't see me? All right.
I can't see you, but maybe it'll come back up. But what I was going to ask you is, were you surprised with the LeBron extension? Because I was.
Yeah, me too. I was surprised. I was thinking he was gonna get a pay cut. Like I was, because I was thinking,
maybe that's what we were hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, if maybe they are thinking that they won't need anybody else, like any other free agent or anything like that.
I'm thinking because look, from the Lakers' point of view, they probably just want to lock up the talent, period. And if maybe if LeBron, if he's asking for an extension, and based upon his performance from last season, you could probably argue that he deserves one. But I was kind of hoping, like you were saying, that maybe that he would take a little bit, if he's going to extend, that maybe he's going to take a little bit less money, like Dirk did with the Mavericks. But in the end of the day, man, these guys are about the money, and I think with him taking an extension, it's just kind of like, he's securing his money, and then he's just basically leaving it on the Lakers to figure out the rest.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the way it is. I mean, if you really think about it, why should he give him a deal? Because everybody's expecting him to fall off. Okay, hey, what if he doesn't?
Mm-hmm.
Why should he take less money? You know what I'm saying? Just because he's old, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, it's kind of like up to the Lakers. Either you want them or you don't. And if you want them, they gotta have to pay, and
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Yeah, and he played MVP caliber, uh, and I think it's also a PR move because um, other people in the NBA are going to be looking at that and saying, "Man, you know, I can get a real deal with the Lakers. I could get paid big time." So I think
Right. And the Lakers did the same thing with Kobe.
exactly, yeah.
Right? Remember when Jeannie gave him those last 2 seasons with all that money, and people like me and you are like, what the hell they give him all that money for? The Lakers suck. We can't get nobody else. But
Uh-huh.
it's more to it, because on the business side of things, even though Kobe was on the downswing, he was still making the Lakers a lot of money, man. A lot of money.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
when you have superstar players on your team, on your roster, sometimes it don't matter if they're going up or down or whatever the case is. They still generate the team a lot of money. So in the end, the Lakers are going to win either way. It, I guess you just kind of look at it as an investment.
yeah.
For the Lakers.
And I know that the Lakers needed a point guard, but I was surprised as at the Lakers resigning Quinn Cook, because I think they should have gotten a center, just because if you wanna, well, Anthony Davis can play center, but we know he doesn't like it, and but now he's got a contract, so so he's gonna have to suck it up.
Yeah, that's yeah, leverage. So it's like, guess who's gonna be the center?
Uh-huh.
So, but as far as the center spot is concerned, I think as the season progresses, if it turns out to be an issue, then the Lakers will address it. Otherwise, I think they're just gonna roll with what they have and see what happens. And as far as them, my understanding with Quinn Cook, the reason they brought Quinn Cook back is to the even though he didn't play that much, the guy was an extremely popular player. He's extremely popular and a lot of friends. He has a lot of friends throughout the league. And what I heard is Lebron wanted him back.
All right.
And maybe that was my understanding. LeBron wanted him back, and just to bring him back, just to bring back one more face from last year, to kind of keep the the chemistry going, and just because he doesn't play, from my understanding is he was a very instrumental part in like their practices and stuff, because they use him because he's a little speedy little guard. From my understanding is like they used him a lot in practice to mimic people like like the guys up in Portland or Or like when they
Yeah.
played Denver to mimic Jamal Murray, they use him to mimic him in practice, mimic them in practice. So
All right.
that's what I heard. So um, yeah, they could have used another center, but at this point in time, maybe maybe there wasn't one to their liking that they could have got at a minimum salary. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Hey,
Well,
I'm gonna jump out real quick because on my screen I'm frozen and I don't see you.
oh, really?
so so I'm gonna jump out and I'm gonna come right back. Then maybe we'll be we'll be straight.
Okay. Okay. All right. So while he comes back, um, that's one of the things that people sometimes don't see is how uh, either the presence on the locker room or uh, what AC was talking about how these players affect positively the team in other parts, like you know uh, Quinn Cook being able to help in practice, and you know he's a shooter. I mean, because he didn't have uh, the shooting touch last season doesn't mean that he's never going to pick it up again. And we might play some small ball or some more mobile. I think at least when Marcus Hall is not there, but Marcus Hall, one of the things he can do is have these quarterback like passes. Um, he's similar in a way to Jokic, that he can really pass. Let's see. You back? All right. So yeah, I was like talking a little bit about how sometimes you see players that they don't actually you see the effect on the court, but their effect on outside of the court, like when they are in practice or in the locker
Right,
room,
right,
like
right, right.
Jared Dudley.
Yeah, I'll
And
just get what you
so
say that. I mean, how many other teams were looking, you never know, but how many other teams you think were looking for, Jared, to bring Jared Dudley in? Not that he sucks, but but those things are important. Locker room guys
yeah,
and vets,
yeah,
important. Just like you saw this year when the Lakers played Miami Heat in the finals. Uh if you're not a Heat fan, you probably don't realize that, who's the leader of that team. It's not really, Jimmy Butler led those guys on the court, but the leader of that team is a Udonis Haslem.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But he doesn't play. But if you
yeah.
if you if you follow the Heat a little bit and you see them in their huddles and stuff in
And
the locker room, he's without a doubt 100% the leader. Uh, you
yeah,
know, of the Miami Heat. So those things definitely matter for
and
sure.
the Heat got them back this year. I think
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it was a contract extension or him saying not to retire, but he's back with Miami this year. So, what do you think about the schedule for the preseason games? I think he got frozen. I don't know if right. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you now. I see you frozen right now. I got I got the audio for a second there. All right. While while I get him back, let me see. All right. If the schedule to me is going to be a really interesting one because probably we're going to see the Clippers um, moving, playing against our younger guys. Maybe LeBron and AD are going to be playing a little bit, but I think it's going to be interesting what lineup um, is going to be used by. Okay, back. All right, we're back. What do you think Vogel is going to use against the Clippers in the preseason? I don't think he wants to show uh, much of what he's going to use, and I think he's going to use younger guys, the younger guys, except for I think he's going to use AD and LeBron, but very limited minutes.
Yeah. You know, after we saw what happened in the bubble, with those last 10 games and then the playoffs, um, season doesn't matter. But when you got a older player like LeBron, I think they're just going to kind of choose the path of least resistance. So, like you were saying, we're going to see LeBron and AD. I'm not going to say limited minutes, but I think they're going to, because we had such a short turnaround. Excuse me, that they might, we might not see them 35, 36 minutes or whatever. They might try to ease them into the flow a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell. They can go so many different ways. The Lakers is not going to just throw games away, but these games, the preseason and even this, because the Lakers are going to have 2 and potentially maybe 3 new starters. I think it's just more of them just trying to get things sorted out, and I don't think it really matters too much about who they're playing and them trying to hold things back. As in some respects, this is kind of a new team, so I think it's more of them. They won't really be worried about who they're facing. They're just kind of like working on their own stuff and like whatever happens, happens. That's just the way I see it.
Yeah, probably we'll see. Yeah, it probably will see kind of like a scrimmage like game where people are going to be worried. Even I think the Clippers are not going to be worried much as much as playing the Lakers as trying to figure out, because they don't have as new a team as we do, but they have a new coach, and so probably a new philosophy and all that kind of stuff, new ways to address plays and all that. So they might uh, play the Lakers the same way the Lakers probably are going to play them, which is trying to figure out how the new team and the system, because Vogel already said that it's not the same team. So but he's excited. He's really excited about the team he has now. So he's gonna
Hmm.
probably have a whole new set of plays. Um,
Oh yeah,
team. So
definitely, definitely. It seemed like he's really excited about Dennis Schroeder. And what do you make of the comments from Schroeder about wanting to start? And then once camp started, we heard from Vogel, and Vogel said that if that remains to be seen, we'll work things out. So, what do you make of that?
well, um, I think because Schroeder, he didn't say, he kind of, I don't know if you see the interview, he at the reason he sounded uh, is because he said that's that, but I don't count that as he's saying that that's like he won't negotiate that. I think he said that's that because he wasn't sure about how the deal, how much um, the his agent could push that into the deal. Because I mean, what the reason I'm basing on that is because English is his second language, and he probably won't be able to, or won't like to talk about the deal way beyond the question. And so that could be it. I mean, if he is going to cause some problems in the team, uh, they could trade him. He's not the biggest star in the team,
Oh
though
yeah,
LeBron James won him. But if he's going to, you know, and the other thing Frank Vogel said is that both him and LeBron can play off the ball really well, so they can complement each other when they are together. But the main thing he was
true.
brought for is to give a rest to LeBron in the at the point. So I
Right.
don't know. It's
I I agree, but but Dennis, he came on one of our local on the, he came on the Lakers on the Lakers radio station. Um,
mhm.
on what and he was on a show with one some guys that come on locally. So I've had a chance to hear him talk more, and he mentioned specifically about his desire to start, and then he mentioned specifically about LeBron getting old.
Yeah.
And him thinking that LeBron, it might be better for him, to spend some time off the ball. So I don't think nothing was lost in translation interpretation. But with all that being said, I think once they get to camp, once they all get on the floor, once they start running back and forth
Yeah. And
and
he
see,
sees LeBron, the old guy, how fast he is, you know. But
saying,
I don't know.
that'll
It's
be fixed. That Rob may extend him. Rob may extend him. If Rob extends him before the season starts, he'll be sitting there with all that money. He won't really, the starting stuff won't be such a big deal, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. And
But time will tell, man. It's still early. It's still early, man. They haven't even.
yeah.
They have today is the first day that they can run 5-on-5. So players will know. They've never played together before, so players will know. If it's a good fit or how things are going or whatever. Because you remember last season, were we really expecting Avery Bradley to start?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. But when we started to get the news out of camp and how good he was playing and how nobody could score on him, it just turned to a no-brainer. You're starting, period.
Yeah. Well,
so we'll see how things go.
I was not sure. I had a suspicion, but I was not sure because KCP. So I wasn't sure if KCP or Bradley would start. But I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. This year, my question is about how they are going to address the center position, because I'm not too worried about it, because at the end of the day, AD, even though he doesn't want to play center, he's one of the best centers I've ever seen in that position. So.
Yeah,
but
I think maybe what? Here's a thought. Maybe after a transpired in the playoffs, that the Lakers were perfectly fine with Marquise. Marquise Morris logged a lot of minutes at the 5 in the playoffs. So. We know the Lakers want to keep Dwight. Things didn't work out for whatever reason, but he performed so well. He's not, he's not 6'10", he's not a 7-footer, he's not a shot blocker, but.
Yeah, he can handle the center position.
Maybe Lakers just they may. Yeah.
I couldn't hear the last part.
You there? You got me now?
No, no. For some reason, there's a lapse, and now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now? Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. You were saying.
Oh, I was saying that maybe the Lakers, maybe this wasn't the original plan, just to have one center to solve, but I'm pretty sure they wanted to keep Dwight, but maybe based upon his performance in the playoffs, the Lakers are willing to stand pat and just maybe just roll with Markieff as the backup center for now, and then like I said before, if they see that they need to make another move, they will.
And do you think? What do you think about keeping Alfonso McKinney?
Do we? Oh, um, the thing is, I've seen McKinney play, and I think maybe he could help the Lakers, but Lakers are kind of back in the same situation they were last year, where you remember the beginning of the season, Vogel was like trying to keep everybody happy and play all these guys, but you can't play 13, 14 people. So, it might just come up to be a numbers game with the Lakers. I mean, the Lakers have 12 or 13 guys that can all play.
Yeah.
But, I don't, I just don't see where he's not going to play over Kuzma. He's not going to play over Caruso. He's not going to play over KCP. So I don't see where he's going to, where his minutes are going to come from, or who's going to lose minutes in favor of McKinney.
I think he's probably going to end up in a package trade or something like that. Because his contract, I think it extends to another year, which I don't know if they got that from the trade, because I don't think they were planning to extend minutes to him. So I'm guessing that's part of when the trade happened.
Yeah. Just like last season, for the most part, Rob, he did keep the team together until the trade deadline. Then he actually didn't make any moves at the trade deadline. But after the trade deadline, some people moved on. So, I don't know. Right now, I don't see the minutes for him. But like again, I think of like we spoke about last week, and with the current situation with COVID-19, it's going to be very important for the team to keep a deep roster, because with them traveling is just like we saw today. The Blazers had to close down their training facility because they had some positive tests, and so right there, boom, right off the bat, the Blazers are going to be kind of a little bit behind because they had to close down their facilities altogether.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a tricky season. And then, when we were talking about Quinn Cook, maybe that's another reason why the Lakers decided to bring him back, man, just to have somebody who's just kind of like familiar.
The
whole year. Lose a couple guards. It'd be nice to have Quinn Cook there because, we know he's undersized and his defense ain't all that great, but he's familiar with the system, familiar with the team. He knows what Vogel likes to run. And it would be, it wouldn't be that big of a deal versus him, him.
You're frozen.
Guards versus having guards versus somebody off the streets,
You cut out for a second, so I couldn't hear but I imagine that South Bay also got stacked by undrafted people. So I'm guessing, I mean, because South Bay Lakers were playing with 9 people in the roster. And if you want to pull people out, for example, if there is a case that they have to use Costas or somebody like that, uh, you want to have backups for your backups, you know, uh,
Mhm.
exactly because of COVID, you know. But these undrafted
Yeah.
players are going to have to show really something, um, um, to be considered, uh, in the case that they need another two-way contract. They want to actually get either Costas or Kcock, uh, uh, you know, a contract beyond the two-way. So it's going to be tricky. It's true. It's not. I don't know how. Um, I know the Lakers are going to win if they stay healthy. I don't see how they could lose. But that's the thing. There's a health hazard that it's changing the whole atmosphere of the game right now. So
That that's excuse me. That's true. We even heard. I don't know if you heard with I think it was the first day of the Dallas Mavericks camp. That's what Lucas said. He said the whole key to this season for any team to be successful is to stay COVID free. Period.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So that's going to be the name of the game.
yeah,
That's going to be the name of the game for all these teams, man. This year, man, is managing that COVID and keeping those cases down. And I mean, because you saw all the different rules and guidelines that the NBA announced the other day. All these different COVID,
yeah.
and these guys, they can't go to the club. They can't go to bars when they're on the road.
they after what's his name? Uh,
Right,
I
right.
forgot his name. Was it the guy from the Clippers? I can't remember his name now.
Oh, Lou. Oh, lemon pepper Lou.
Yeah.
Lemon pepper Lou. Yeah. So um so yeah, man. It's just you know what. So I'm telling you, man. In a way, people are not going to believe it or don't want to like it, but this is going to kind of favor the Lakers even more, man, because they're used to experiencing a bubble. Um,
Uh-huh.
we got veteran leadership with LeBron and AD, and people, people might, they hate and want to discount it, but it was LeBron and AD and Vogel. I guess he's a coach. You want to give him credit, but their leadership kept the Lakers focused, and that's how they were able to survive the bubble and win it. You know, let's be honest. The Clippers, to me, last season they were fairly even with the Lakers. I thought on paper they were even, but as
Uh-huh.
soon as they got to the bubble, all this kind of crap started happening.
Yeah.
They're there, they're not there. Lemon pepper wings. Other
Yeah.
stuff that started happening. Players start talking about they sick and they want to go home. All these things started happening to them, and I just said, look, man, there's no way they're gonna win. But you saw the Lakers. The Lakers were focused all the way through,
It's,
and
it's exactly. I mean, the Clippers acted like they didn't want the championship, and I think that was one of the things. But this is the problem that I see with the Clippers. I don't think, and I never thought that that Kawhi is a leader in a team. The teams he won the championship with, they had leaders in the teams, but he's not. he's not he's not LeBron in that sense, and in other senses, but he's not LeBron. And
Hmm.
LeBron
Not
is
even
a
close
leader, not even close, and
in terms of
you know,
leadership. Not even close.
uh-huh, and he's got other people like Anthony Davis. Also, there's a lot of leadership in the Lakers. There's no leadership uh, in the Clippers, maybe except for now they have Ibaka that could uh, do some of that, take that weight uh, from
Like,
Kawhi.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and the problem is they have Paul George. He is kind of a loose cannon there, you know. I
Oh
mean,
man.
they have many loose cannons in that team.
Yeah. Man. Not that we're talking about the Clippers, but there was obvious, problems. Because all this week we heard a lot of stuff. Even Jermichael Green, he's with
Oh
the
yeah,
He's with the Denver Nuggets. Even he had something to say. And but I think you're right. I think with the addition of Ibaka, that will definitely help them. That will definitely help them from that standpoint. But
mm-hmm.
like I watched Kawhi's interview, at media day the other day with Clippers, and he openly admitted that the chemistry was a problem, and
Yeah.
they didn't have the training camp last year, and the games that Paul George missed at the very beginning because of his shoulder surgery or whatever. But he never did say anything about yeah. And I was low managing too, so that didn't make it any better.
No,
He never said anything about that. And those the reporters, they didn't even ask him. They didn't even ask him, look, do you plan to low manage this season or anything? They didn't even ask him. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with those guys. We'll
yeah,
see, man.
yeah.
We'll see. But I was hoping before we came on that we would get some updates from camp, from Laker camp, but I just saw the Lakers. They just released a video 10 minutes ago or whatever. Vogel's supposed to be talking about training camp, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. But should be interesting.
Yeah, it should be, and the preseason is pretty much how many days? Uh,
It's next weekend, isn't it? Doesn't it start next?
yeah,
Depending on your team, it's next weekend.
I think it's next weekend. Yeah, yeah.
Man, that's great.
The 10th, I think it is. I saw the schedule, but I can't remember. I got the the Lakers app right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Um, it's gonna be Friday.
Wow.
Friday, December 11th. I
Well,
can't believe that. We are just kind of there.
that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So I think you'll probably see teams like you know, once the season starts, I look for a team like as far as the Lakers division, like the Pacific Division, I look for a team like the Nuggets.
The Nuggets are going to be good, and
Yeah.
I heard that they are going to have uh, ball now in the team, not a two-way, but actual
Mm-hmm.
contract. So I probably will see that guy play there. You know, uh, if the Lakers could acquire him somehow, it would be great because he can shoot the three, and
Mhm.
he can space the floor. I don't know
Mhm.
how fast he is, but I'm guessing he's young, so those legs are young. He, he could play at center and so it would make it because he is a shot blocker. I don't know how strong he is, but
Mhm.
I know he can. He's a shot blocker. I wouldn't know how like if the Lakers could get him again, uh he would have some experience from guarding uh the Joker, but I don't know if that will happen or anything. It's just me, uh, kind of daydreaming about having.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what I think is gonna happen, bro. I don't know when or exactly how it's gonna happen, but I have a sneaky feeling the Lakers are gonna get Dwight Howard back. I
Oh
don't know. I just that's just a feeling that I have, man. That the Lakers are gonna at some point in time this season, especially if things don't work out at the center position, I have a feeling that they'll get him back because he's only on a minimum contract. Certainly, um, if things don't work out with him in Philly, by the time the trade deadline goes down, he could very easily ask for a buyout
yeah,
and then leave and then come back to the Lakers. Then he could come back home, and be closer to his wife or whatever, but who plays here in LA. But I don't know why. Maybe that's just some dream of mine, but that's a feeling that I have that we haven't seen the last of the white in the Laker uniform.
well, the Lakers offer him more than what he. I mean, they were ready to offer him more than what he's getting in Philly. So
Mm.
I I wouldn't like he couldn't even uh being a you know the Lakers could let go somebody and get him or pay a little bit
Yeah,
of, because they are gonna have to let somebody go to get him in the roster. But
yeah.
I mean,
Um,
Dwight would be great because he can guard the big centers, and he can allow then Montrez play his game as a power forward, and that would be
yeah,
great. But like right now, Montrez can guard uh, a lot of centers, and if there is a small ball, he's going to be excellent for that. So on that side, I mean,
yeah.
he has played the center position, and
Yeah. You never know. You never know. Montrez, his will make some improvements, especially on the defense. Has a lot of room for improvement on that part of his game. So you never know. He might improve enough to where it's not an issue. It's not. I won't say not an issue, but not as big of an issue. Because if you kind of look at it, it kind of seems like to me like the Lakers kind of have a little log jam there with Kuzma, Morris, and Montrez. It kind of seems like they kind of have a little log jam right there coming off the bench
yeah,
as far
I think,
as far as the bigs are concerned.
yeah, and I think the Lakers are better in the bench that the Clippers were last year. At least offensively, because Kuzma could get 13 points a game last year, aside from all the injuries, all the time he was not in the team. So Kuzma is still valuable. He's still an offensive threat. So you have, uh, let's say, you have Schroeder playing with the bench, even if he starts. At certain point, you have Montrez, whoever is this, the number 2 guard, and I mean, you have Schroeder, the number 2 guy, whoever he is. We have a lot of options there. Or if we have, let's say, um, Caruso playing the point, you still have Markieff and Kuzma who can both play. They can open the floor, because if you leave them alone, they can make that 3-point shot, and then you would have Montrez like in the offense. It's going to be very difficult to guard the Lakers, even when the bench is playing. And so that's something the Lakers didn't have
Yeah.
last year as much as now, because you can have another player at the point who can create plays for himself and others, which is an improvement from what's his name? He was in Miami at I'm so bad with names sometimes. I can't remember. Uh,
The kid
uh,
from Miami.
that no, I mean he was in the Lakers, but he played for um, Bubble Cheese. I get
Oh, Waiters.
Waiters. Yeah, I mean
You
it's
can't remember
only,
his name, but you remember that bubble cheese.
yeah, I remember Bubble Cheese and yeah. Uh, and so Schroeder is an improvement from Waiters. Um, and maybe it's because Waiters
Oh
couldn't
yeah,
play much,
definitely.
but Schroeder is younger, more athletic. I think he's got uh, better moves. You know, Schroeder is completely, he and then you
Man,
have
you never
Montrez.
still had room. Yeah, I was gonna say I wish the Lakers still had room for Dion, but but like you were saying, it's definitely 100% an upgrade with Schroeder. I mean, and if I'm not mistaken, hell, they're about. I think Waiters might be a year or two older, but he's not that much older. He's not even that much older. I mean, he's not that much younger than Waiters. It's just
Oh,
you know,
really?
you know, yeah. I think Waiters may be 29 or 30,
Okay, so
but
Waiters is
but
pretty much in his prime.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just I don't know, man. The NBA the NBA is a numbers game, bro. It's not that waiters can't play, but it's just it, you know it's a numbers game, and then he kind of has a bad rap. So now you look up, now he's not even on what it is.
Yeah.
But definitely with the addition of Schroeder, that's just going to open up so many things gives LeBron the opportunity to get so much more rest, and definitely with the addition of Harrell. Just imagine other general managers, around the league, or other general managers or coaches in the Lakers division. And he's like, damn, huh? The Lakers were a handful last season, and they had to run LeBron into the ground. But now he has an adequate backup with Schroeder.
Yeah.
And now AD has a quote unquote adequate backup with Harrell, and both these guys have proven they can almost score 20 points a game.
Yeah.
I would not want to be, that's almost kind of like unfair. It's almost kind of like unfair. We don't know how it's going to end up working out, but if I was on the other team, that would really kind of bother me.
And Montrez, something, and this is one of the things that I would say, how much more better the Lakers are than even the Clippers last year. Montrez, the center he was substituting was Zubac. And now he's got AD and he's got Marc Gasol. So it's not like he's gonna have to carry the weight as a center, because I mean, I'm not saying Zubac is a bad player, but Zubac is not AD and he's not Marc Gasol. And so the weight for Montrez is not going to be as big as it was in the Clippers. And that's something people don't understand. Most of them are Clipper fans who don't want to understand that, because it hurts them. But I think Montrez, he's going to be fine in this team. He's going to be fine. He's going to. The Lakers are going to wear down the competition, because once LeBron is out, the Lakers are going to be still a threat offensively.
Right, definitely. I had a question for you, man. So, I mean, like I said, we don't know anything that's happened in camp just yet. But how do you feel about, what do you think the starting lineup should be?
I want the starting lineup to be with Paul Gasol. I mean, Paul, not Paul. Marc Gasol.
We don't want Powell to start right now. We don't want Powell to start right now.
No. If we can get him into the prime again, that would work out. But no. Mark at the center, AD as a power forward, LeBron and KCP and Matthews as the starters. Then getting in the first, it's a first exchange from the bench, then getting Schroeder and Montrez after that. But I think what one of the things that Vogel said is that it's going to depend on the team also that they play. So I'm pretty
You
sure
know,
he's going to have a starting lineup uh, preset, but it might change depending on the team.
yeah. I think I pretty much agree with you there. But I think the Lakers are gonna try to find a way to get Kuzma to start. I don't know. It's just a feeling. It's just a feeling that I have. They're gonna find some kind of way to sneak him into the starting lineup. I
Well, I
mean,
mean that could happen if AD starts as a center.
mm,
Or do you think they would push him into the playing two, or LeBron James as a guard?
well, I
That
think I
uh
think I kind of well look. I agree with the lineup I agree with the lineup that you stated, but I think KCP has proven that he could be effective either way, starting or off the bench.
mhm.
So I think the Lakers I don't know, but I think I just think they're going to try to find a way to squeeze Kuzma into the starting lineup. Um, you know, maybe there will be at the two. I don't know, but because with his improved defense,
Mhm.
maybe they will feel a little bit more confident, putting Kuzma at the two. But then he's gotta be able to knock down shots, if he's gonna start. And you only have uh, one guard, then Kuzma definitely has to step up, his shooting and whatnot.
Well,
But I mean, it's just like if Kuzma is going to be a part of their future, and if they're talking about extending him,
yeah,
I don't see them doing that to for a bench
from the
player. I
bench.
mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
I guess they could, yeah, but it seemed like to me they would try to give him give him a chance to fully start and see, if they're going to pay him some money, bro, right? They're going to pay him some serious money. They need to
Uh-huh.
see him start and run with the starters to see how that goes. That's what I would think.
Yeah. Well, he. I'm not sure if he can play the two, but he could guard a three fairly. So LeBron could guard a two. LeBron can guard pretty much
Yeah.
anybody, uh, and he showed that in the playoffs. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so it would be easier if LeBron defensively becomes the two, and
Yeah.
Kuzma becomes a three, or if I don't know, who do you think would guard better a three in a lineup with Kuzma? Or
Well, I think probably the better question is like what you brought up. Who would who would who would match up better with the other teams too? And then
yeah,
you're right. It probably would be LeBron uh, rather than Kuzma. Because I mean, could you imagine Kuzma have to chase around C.J. McCollum, guys
yeah,
like that every night. That probably wouldn't be a good idea. But I don't know. I might be wrong, but if Kuzma has to come off the bench, it just seems like to me it's going to be kind of tough. You
yeah.
know, with
Even
yeah,
even
it's
if
going to be
he,
tough.
yeah. And the other thing is probably if Gasol is the center, probably even Davis would be better guarding a three than Kuzma, and Kuzma actually would need to guard the fourth. But also, who is the star on that team? That's another question. because you don't want Kuzma guarding the star. You want, if it's power forward or a small forward, I think you want either Davis or LeBron guarding that guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All these all these little different scenarios. They're gonna be working on them the next
Yeah.
couple of days. So I guess we'll be getting the answers to all these questions pretty soon.
Yeah.
But it's a good problem to have, man.
Yeah.
It's a good problem to have, brother, because woo,
And
man,
if you see the Lakers only problem really the last year is the lack of offense once LeBron was in the bench. Like that was the only really big problem. They already solved that
right,
because this bench is packed with players that can definitely score in different ways. Um, I kind of feel bad for Taylor Horton Tucker because he really is going to have to show, to get a place in that, in that bench.
the
He's going to have
rotation,
to
yeah,
show serious numbers in the time he 7-10 minutes or whatever he gets. But he did it in the finals. In the
second
playoffs,
round.
in the second round. And actually, did he play in the finals too?
If he did,
I
it
think
was mop up.
I think he may
I
have.
don't remember, but for sure he played against Houston for sure.
Yeah. So he did already, but he's going to have to repeat that a few times before he gets more minutes because there's a lot of guys there that play really well.
Yeah. Yeah. We just have to see how things go because the Lakers are stacked. Minutes are going to be hard to come by. Um, with the addition of Harrell and with them bringing Morris back, it's going to be tough. But you never know. This might not be, this might not be the year for THT. It may be next year. You never know.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
because
think
let's
he's
say
best.
if the Lakers made him, go ahead.
I think his best opportunity is on the preseason. Like if he gets a chance on the preseason to play some minutes, he's gonna have to wow Vogel. Not that Vogel is already impressed with him, but he's gonna have to show that
Uh,
he can actually, play star caliber game to be able to get minutes in the team because it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for him to get minutes otherwise.
yeah, that's one of the bad things about the championship team, man. It's just like the young players. Very rarely do you see the young players get a lot of run. That thing that happened with Miami this year, even though they didn't win it, but that was kind of like, I won't say a fluke, but it's just you usually don't see that too often with a team make it all the way to finals that plays a lot of players, plays a lot of young players.
I even saw that with Kobe. I remember Kobe didn't get much minutes at the beginning,
Oh yeah.
even though
Oh yeah.
people went crazy every time he was uh, on the court because of they were expecting uh, you know
Mhm.
to see his game, and so people went crazy even if it was 7 minutes or something like that. And I remember him making his first shot in the NBA. And so if for Kobe was that way, you know, uh,
Right.
everyone has to
Right.
go through that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Kobe was so popular that he was on the All Star team his first year, and he wasn't even a starter on the Lakers, but he was already on the All Star. They voted him to the All Star team.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like the fans were like, hell, I don't care if who was it, Dale Harris? If you a
Mhm.
dumbass, you don't want to play him, but we're gonna see him in the All Star game at least.
Yeah,
But yeah, but you're right. I kind of feel sorry for THT. He might get caught up in the numbers game, but the good thing is he's a young player, so the Lakers don't have to worry about have to make a move with him or whatever. He's their property for another couple of years, so uh, you know
yeah,
he just have to wait. He just have to wait his turn. That's all.
yeah. And the thing is, w- we won't see certain things like how he plays in the scrimmage, uh, and maybe something there makes Vogel say, "Look, we want to keep this kid around because really." Uh, I think at this point, what they would want to see from him is consistency because
Yeah,
they know he can score.
yeah, definitely. A lot of talent. Hmm.
Um, so I don't know. Let's see what happens. Is the next Sunday a game? Let me see. Um, yeah, at 8:30 Eastern time. So that's 5:30 Pacific, right? Because
Yeah.
I don't know why I got Eastern time in the Lakers app. That makes no sense. But yeah, it's 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, so it's 5:30. So we might do a pre pregame show.
Pre-game.
I I think
Okay.
it, so it might be that one short because we want to watch the game. So yeah, let's
That'll work.
do that.
That'll definitely. Yeah, that'll work.
All right.
Yeah. I'm in. I'm in my car, and my kids are, staring me down through the living room window.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's
I guess want me to come back in.
all right. Let's say goodbye until next Sunday, and I'm gonna be during the week doing some lives, but we'll be together next Sunday. All right. So take care, man.
Okay, sounds good, my brother. All right. Thanks, bro. I'll catch you later.
All right.